We're joined now by Petro Poroshenko, the former president of Ukraine, and thank you very much for being with us. And first of all, I just wonder what you make of the decision to call up 300,000 reservists.
First of all, this is the great evidence about how powerful is the armed forces of Ukraine, how impressive is the unity of Ukraine and Ukrainian people, and how important is the international solidarity and international partners who support Ukraine by weapons, finance, sanction, and everything. Because if Putin, and the most important thing, that Putin is a liar. Because when Putin said that he lost only 6,000 soldiers in Ukraine, which is not true because it's definitely more than 150,000, including more than 50,000 killed. That's why if he lost only 6,000, he tried to enroll more than 300,000. And with that situation, it's another important detail that they make it secret and confidential, the exact number they plan to mobilize. Point number two, this is if the Russian soldiers, which is on the contract services, cannot do anything within 210 days of the war, why the people who would be forcibly mobilized can do anything else? So this is the demonstration that we must be vigilant. This is the demonstration that Putin is in a deep crisis, and he starts to understand that the war, he's losing the war. And with that situation, he tried to rising up temperature, he tried to rising up bets, and the whole world now is not doing something with that. And how we can save the world?
Well, let me just ask you this about his threat to use nuclear weapons if what he considers Russia is attacked. And I say if what he considers Russia is attacked, because these referendums, after these referendums, he will consider those areas in Luhansk and Donetsk and so forth, Kherson, he will consider those Russia. And I just wonder how worried you are about his threat of nuclear weapons in those circumstances. Do you think that's what he means?
Look, first of all, we do not exist any referendum. This is not a referendum at all. Second, he can consider this territory as Russia even now. This is just an evidence that he is a crazy maniac. Point number three, and this is extremely important. From the 24th of February, I stay all this time in Kiev or in the front line, in south and in the east. And I am absolutely confident that Ukraine share exactly this my feeling. We do not afraid Putin. We do not afraid when Putin troops was 5 kilometers from this place, when he tried to encircle the Kiev. This is another evidence that he do not control the Donetsk region, Kherson region, Zaporizhia region, and with this situation, his campaign is failing. And how the last attack that he can use the nuclear weapons, we do not afraid even the nuclear weapons. The nuclear weapons is not helping him, is not saving him, but this is completely destroyed all Putin and Putin circle.
So we do not give him
any illusion.
So you won't stop your offensive operations? You are not intimidated by this?
Definitely not. Again, just yesterday I returned back from the south, and when I speak with the 3 brigade, which is in a counter-offensive operation in the south, they are full of enthusiasm. They have a high motivation, despite of the very severe fighting on the south. We definitely have some problem. For example, problem of Russian aviation. We do not have at this particular point of the front line, we do not have aircraft missiles. We do not have the effective jet fighter, and they are just dreaming. First of all, the soldiers just want to thank our partners from United States, from UK, from all the NATO member states. And the point number two, that this is the good reason to sign for the new weapons from the Western partners.
I was going to ask you that very question. How should the West react to what Vladimir Putin has said?
Look, if beforehand some Western states said, okay, we need to calculate, we need some time to make a decision, we have an internal political problem, Putin just demonstrate, no, we do not have this time. Putin just demonstrate that he is fighting not with Ukraine, he is fighting not only with the NATO, he is fighting with the whole Western world, with every single you. And we need now to please help us to save you. And with that situation, we shouldn't hesitate to supply for us jet fighter, to supply for us anti-aircraft missile, not accepting any blackmailing from Putin, neither in military, in energy, in food, in any other sector. And with that situation, we need more sanction to limit Putin with the economic finance of the war. We need membership in NATO, because Ukraine paid for that a huge price with the lives of our soldiers and with their tons of blood. We need to be, sorry for saying that in Great Britain, but we definitely need to be the member of the European Union. And with that situation, the effective cooperation in the security and military sphere definitely can deputinize Europe, can deputinize world, can deputinize Russia. And with that situation, extremely important is this day, when we have a United Nations General Assembly, and we need to change the structure of the United Nations Security Council to take out the veto right from the Russian Federation, because this is the country terrorist, this is the country aggressor, this is the Putin circle who killing lots of Ukrainians.
Right.
And we need to expel Russia from the Security Council.
All right, Petro Poroshenko, appreciate your time. Thank you very much indeed.